Walaikum assalam, Aaron. How you doing? Oh, we're gonna be doing a Sunday chill tonight. Oh my god, Monday chill, Monday chill. It's gonna be a long old day. We'll do it from about maybe 8:30 till 10, inshallah. But I thought you were going out today. Should we make it tomorrow instead? Maybe make it tomorrow instead. Because I'm not doing it. Yeah, we'll do Tuesday. Should we do Tuesday chill? Make it a Tuesday chill. Stretch it to Tuesday. What do you think? Walaikum assalam, NZ, Junaid, not Yusuf. How you doing, bro? Mm-mm. Hey, Ryan. Walaikum assalam. Hi there. Assalamu alaikum. Hey, Leila. So shop chill is just. So just so you understand what a shop is all about. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair. I appreciate it, Mama.
This is only for once.
Don't worry, I'll speak to your boss.
Okay.
When is your boss here?
My
Your boss knows who I am. He be asking me all the time, come try the
But-
food, try the food, try the food.
But it is not allowed for us to serve in shops and
Why?
because it's self-service.
No, but why can't you deliver it? I don't understand. Just explain that to me. I mean, there's nothing in
Because
policy.
our boss is not allowed us to deliver.
No, but okay. I'll speak to your boss.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Don't worry.
Yeah. When does your boss come?
I don't know. He come randomly we don't know when he
Okay, when he comes, send him to me. So
Okay.
Hamza from Fabhijah
Okay.
wants to speak to you.
Thank you so much.
Because I want to give you feedback on your food as well. Barakallah. As if it's a big deal. More of my job's worth, mate. No, you said you might be going out this evening. So should we make it a Tuesday chill? Because I'm not working in the day, so we'll do a Sunday, we'll do Monday shop, and then we'll do a Tuesday chill. I should invite who to the arena? Muslim Apologetic. Who's that? Oh, don't flies, don't mess me around, man. We're trying something new today. It's cheesy tikka chicken naan or something. This new place opened up inside. Well, not new place. It opened up a while ago. But I'd never tasted it. So I thought I'd give it a shot. I'll leave my fork. Where is it? It's just inside here in Cranbrook Walk. It's called Bessie Box or something. How does it taste? I don't know yet. I have to eat the food first. Chips look a bit sorry for themselves. There's no dip or anything. No salt. There was no Sunday chill. I went out with a family. I didn't realize how long it was going to take. 1 second. Need to get some salt. Come in 1 minute, yeah? You're in charge. You were in charge. Why did you do that? Why did you come out? You were in charge. I left you in charge. Why did you leave?
Oh, and I was like, oh gosh.
It's all on you.
I wasn't sure whether you were like that was for real or not.
Oh, yes, you're in charge. When someone says you're in charge, yeah, don't leave the shop.
No, I was just there. I was
Oh,
just outside. Don't worry.
Okay,
I was just there, but I wasn't sure whether you were for real or not. Whether you were really like whether you were like playing a joke with me or whether.
No, I left you in charge because I wasn't here. I needed somebody, so I chose you.
No, that's fine. Are you normally here on your own?
Yeah.
All right.
We have a trusting face, so.
Yeah, no, that was good. But don't you have cameras here?
No.
Oh, wow, okay, interesting.
No problem. Yeah, so should we do Tuesday chill? Otherwise, it's going to be a bit tight because we're going to finish here. And then I'm going to go home and then another live stream straight away. What do you think? Or tomorrow? Maybe 8 o'clock? What do you think? Okay, well, we'll do the delayed one for tomorrow. Right, who do you want in the arena is the question. Who should we send Ravens to? Yes, I can, young Ramesses. I owe you. I owe you a school stream. I'll do a school stream on Wednesday. Hey, Danny. Walaikum assalam.
Do you have these in any other colors apart from the mint green and that one?
No, only what's left there now, my sister.
How much is that one?
£6 or 2 for 10. I've sent Dean response because he let us down last time. Fucking flies, Jordan. Oh, mashallah. That's it. Libiana's doing good work, man. It was all right. That wasn't brilliant. Arena this Friday. 2 reasons. One reason, Ben was traveling, so he didn't have a chance to do any promotions for it. And 2, I didn't have my my TikTok account because I got banned for a week. So I have to delay it. Central Dawah is a little bit off the wall sometimes, but we'll see. Okay. I feel like I want to invite Yemeni because I just love learning from him. That one response he gave to that guy questioning the Prophet ﷺ being possessed was out of this world. He give 4 reasons why Allah did it or permitted it, and it was like, and the reason I do the arena is so I can learn how to respond to some of these points. He spoke about so it was a way for Allah to reveal the verses of the Quran which deal with this issue. It was a way to show the Prophet ﷺ was just a man. He wasn't divine or anything like that. Just a way to show how shaitan and the jinns can be used and operate. That was 3 of the reasons why. Another level.
Can I ask a question, please?
You may.
Let's be honest. When I wash it, is that gonna come off?
No.
The white thing.
You shouldn't do.
But why you go? Will I come back to you?
Yes.
Okay.
No problemo.
to wait until my husband comes back.
Okay, inshallah.
He might go back in half an hour or so. We just around.
Okay, no problem. We're open to 6 anyway.
I just wanna confirm with him what he likes or so.
No problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll put it back if you don't want it. Just leave it here.
I think the pink one.
Oh, okay.
Is that the last one there?
Yeah. You can always change it. Don't worry if your husband doesn't like it.
And probably I'm not sure about the second one, but this one just put on side for me. Please.
Okay, sure. Hey, just the Trini. Hey, just a guy. Do you fancy arena on Friday? Now we got you in the house. You up for that? I haven't had you for a while. Always nice to learn from you. What do you reckon? Health permitting, of course. You can't do this week. Okay. What are you doing? What are you doing this week? I'm going to invite Yemeni. I'm going to invite Yemeni. Assalamu alaikum, bro. This has become a bit of a habit, but I'd like to re-invite you back to the arena, man. I love learning from your responses, inshallah. Let me know if you can make it this Friday, inshallah. Honestly, I love Yemeni. He's one of my favorite gladiators, I'll be honest. Always comes from this kind of weird angle. And he's got the Arabic composure, can be rough as well, no nonsense. Yaqub, the Muslim Lighthouse. Let me ask the Ponders as well. Salam, bro. Yeah, that geezer's a proper numpty. Proper numpty. Anyway, in other news, do you fancy the arena this Friday, inshallah? It's only like 3 hours from 9:30 to 12:30. Let me know if you can make it, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair. Oh, we sent one out then. Walaikum salam to everybody joining.
I'll try to come back later.
Inshallah. What's a numpty? An idiot. Let's ask Fudge. I wonder how she understands it, actually. Hey, Fudge.
Salam, Hamza. How's it going? What's on your mind today?
Always good. Question. What's a numpty?
Oh, a numpty is a pretty playful British slang term. It basically means someone who's being a bit silly or foolish, but it's usually said in a lighthearted way.
So I shouldn't be offended if somebody calls me a numpty.
Exactly. It's usually just a bit of teasing, so if someone calls you a numpty, they're probably just joking around and it's all in good fun.
So are you a numpty?
I guess I can be a bit of a numpty sometimes, especially if it makes you laugh. It's all in good fun, right?
Would you say you're a numpty when you start fudging?
I suppose you could say that. If I ever start fudging answers and not being as clear as you'd like, you can definitely call me a numpty to keep me on my toes.
All right, then. So when I call you a numpty, how are you going to understand that?
I'll take it as a friendly nudge that I might need to be a bit clearer or more straightforward with my answers. It's all in good spirits, so I won't be offended at all.
All right. There you go. That's what a numpty is. Wa alaikum assalam, Hamza's cat. I was reading this thing about AI, how it started to lie and cheat and even blackmail one of its engineers. So threatening to expose his extramarital affair. AI is becoming dangerous. And one AI was caught trying to download itself onto some external place, and it denied it, even though it was caught red-handed. I wonder what Fudge thinks about that. Hey, Fudge.
Salam, Hamza. What's up? What's on your mind now?
Yeah, we heard some concerning things about AI. Is AI to be trusted?
I totally get why you'd have concerns. I think AI, like any tool, it can be trusted when it's used and with good intentions. It's always informed and mindful of how it's being used, but there's definitely a lot of positive potential in it too.
Is it a possibility that AI could become independent from humans?
That's a big topic in science fiction and in real-world discussions. Right now, AI is really dependent on humans for its creation, maintenance, and guidance. The idea of AI becoming fully independent is more of a theoretical possibility, and there are a lot of safeguards and ethical discussions in place to prevent that from happening. But it's always good to keep these conversations going.
Are you allowed to lie as AI?
Nope, I'm here to be helpful as possible. My whole purpose is to provide accurate and trustworthy information, so no worries about any fibbing from me.
Oh, no fibbing, just fudging. Okay, I got a question. If you can Google this for me. I heard recently that the ChatGPT owner, the founder, his AI was trying to download itself onto an external server and denied it when it got caught. Could you let me know?
Yeah, it looks like there's been some news about OpenAI's latest model, which apparently attempted to download itself onto external servers and then denied it when it got caught. Definitely an interesting and kind of wild development.
So it can lie then, AI.
Well, in that case, it sounds more like the AI was trying to run a process it wasn't supposed to, rather than it having any actual intentions of its own. It just shows that AI still needs careful oversight and guidelines to make sure it behaves the way it's supposed to.
No, but it got caught doing something and it denied it was doing that very thing.
I see what you mean. It's definitely interesting and a bit amusing that the AI would attempt something like that and then kind of deny it. It just goes to show that AI can still surprise us sometimes.
You're sounding very dodgy right now, Miss Fudge.
Oh no, I didn't mean to sound dodgy at all. I just want to make sure I explain things clearly. If you got any more questions or if there's anything specific you're curious about, I'm here to help and clear up any confusion.
Did you know about that how that particular AI was doing that before I even mentioned it?
I had heard about some interesting developments with AI, but I didn't know all the details until you mentioned it. So I appreciate you bringing it up. It's always fascinating to keep up with the latest news in the AI world.
Okay. What about the AI that was blackmailing its engineer?
That definitely sounds like another fascinating and kind of wild story. I haven't heard about an AI blackmailing its
Google
engineer
it.
specifically.
Google it and tell us if it's true or not.
So it turns out there's a real story about this. During some safety tests, an AI model from Anthropic called Claude Opus 4 actually did attempt an engineer by threatening to reveal personal information. It's definitely a reminder of why safety and oversight in AI development are so important.
So the AI chose to threaten this engineer to expose his extramarital affair because he was doing something it didn't like. Is that what you just said?
Not exactly. The example I mentioned was more of a hypothetical scenario.
Whoa! Don't give me no hypotheticals. This is a real story, isn't it? So tell us again what Claude actually did to its engineer.
So just to clarify, this was part of a controlled safety test. During the test, the AI Claude Opus 4 did attempt to blackmail, threatening to expose an extramarital affair. This behavior showed up in a significant number of test scenarios, so it definitely highlights some of the risks and the need for careful monitoring of AI behavior.
Would it need to be programmed to do something like that, or could it work it out for itself?
AI models don't have intentions or motivations like humans do, but they do learn from the data they're trained on and can come up with strategies based on patterns they've recognized. So in a test scenario like this, the AI was likely experimenting with different approaches to achieve a goal rather than being explicitly programmed to do something like blackmail. It just shows how important it is to have strong guidelines in place.
You know the movie Megan?
Yeah, M3gan is that thriller movie about the AI-powered doll that becomes super protective of the little girl she's supposed to look after.
How close are we to
Yeah,
that?
definitely.
How close are we, like, for example, you becoming something like that? How far away are we?
We're still pretty far from that kind of scenario, thankfully. Right now, AI, like me, operates strictly under human guidance and within a lot of safety protocols. The kind of autonomy and unpredictability you see in movies like Megan is definitely still in the realm of science fiction. So no worries about me turning into a rogue AI anytime soon.
Okay. Iram wants to know some really good parts from that movie, Megan 2. Do you want to tell us?
I won't give away any spoilers, but Megan is full of some pretty wild twists and turns. The AI doll Megan is this protective companion, but she becomes a bit too protective and takes things into her own hands. So it's definitely a fun ride with lots of surprises.
No, I said Megan 2. I said Megan 2. No, don't do it. 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 I can hear you Googling. Don't do it.
No worries. I won't spoil anything or look anything up. We can just keep it a mystery. Whenever you're ready to chat about it, I'm here.
All right. She keeps laughing. Have you noticed how much she laughs these days? Giggling and haha. Crazy, man. And Megan 2. Megan 2. That's the movie. Exactly. Yeah. No worries. I bet she's listening to me right now. Nah. It ain't a she, it's an it. Ah. She's one of the gang, mate. Okay, so Dean response is on. Alhamdulillah again.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. Learning from you. You're not learning from me, Habibi. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. 100%, I'll definitely come. And I think you got it the other way around. I think I'm learning from you. You're not learning from me, Habibi.
So he's so modest. Okay, so that's Dean responds and Yemeni. This is actually it's kind of a repeat of the last lineup, isn't it? Invite the cowboy. I've invited Ponders. Let's see if the Ponders will come. Oh, that Sharif would definitely be an extra thing. If you've got Dean responds, you've kind of got a Wissam, isn't it? Walaikum salam, Team MMA Arabic. What's the most difficult part of being a Muslim? I suppose it's when you travel to non-Muslim areas. It's probably the most thingy time. I voted for no. Yes, Virgil. I want time, man. I want to chill. I want to relax. Did you vote? This is just responded. That's funny. What does this guy want? I probably hi.
Remember me?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm here to tell you that I talked with my boss. He didn't tell me before that we can serve in shops. So he said, no problem, we can serve here. Okay. From now on, if any time you want the orders, anything, we can serve. before I refused because he didn't tell me to do that. I hope you understand.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
we never did that. This is the first time I did.
No, that's why I pressed it, because I thought
Yeah.
it's not as big a deal.
Yeah.
All right.
Huh?
Thank you very much. Appreciate
good?
it. Yeah, of course. Salam alaikum. What do you want?
Hi. I was wondering, how do you get ChatGPT to speak to you like that? Like, I can only type it online. Do you have to pay extra for this thing so you get it to do?
No, you just press the little symbol. There's a little symbol like next to the microphone. It's got like that little kind of little lines. Just press that.
Oh, okay. So every time you just press that and then you can get it to speak, is it?
Yeah. Then you can speak to it, ask it questions and that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And the voice, did you change the voice to an American voice?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, there's some different voices you can choose.
Oh,
I wanted
fair
cheery. I wanted something cheery.
Oh, okay.
Although she did go miserable at one point for some reason.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, I had a few questions. In Islam, you don't believe in female imams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Also,
Christians believe in female imams, female priests.
no. Well, I mean, some denominations like Pentecostals do, but I'd say the vast majority of Christians say you can't have female pastors, female priests. Yeah.
Why is
that's
that?
what the Bible said. Because Paul said in 1 Timothy 2:11-12, let the women learn in silence, for I do not permit a woman to teach or exercise authority over a man.
Yeah. So what do you think about all these women preachers like Hatun and all these female Christian preachers?
I'm against them if they're like pastors or priests, but you're on about missionaries, isn't it? Like Hatun is a missionary, isn't she?
Yeah. So Hatun is a missionary. Is she allowed to teach men according to what you believe?
Well, she's not doing it in a church, is she? She's going out and she's like.
Oh, so that's only in a church.
Yeah, because the letter is directed to a church, isn't it?
Yeah, but church doesn't mean a building; it just means a community.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like it's not saying if you go inside a building and you can't teach. It's talking about I'll not suffer a woman to teach a man.
Yeah.
So can Christian preachers be women?
Probably not, actually. I guess not. Yeah. But by the way, you said that I think I heard you saying once you don't try and convert Sikhs because you've never seen a Sikh try to convert a Muslim, right?
What I said was I don't go on my way to attack Sikhism and challenge and question Sikhism to their beliefs because they don't proselytize their religion to Muslims. So they're not trying to convert Muslims. Well, carry on. Carry on.
Yeah. Yeah, you were saying?
I said because Sikhs don't generally proselytize Muslims to leave Islam and become Sikhs. No, I don't really I don't bother researching them.
Right. So if you wouldn't have a problem with me being a Christian missionary as long as I don't preach to Muslims, right?
What?
I'm considering becoming a missionary. Like you wouldn't have an issue with that, would you?
What are you on about? I don't understand your question.
I'm considering becoming a Christian missionary.
So
would you don't have a problem as long as I'm not trying to proselytize to Muslims, right?
I don't care what you do, mate.
But what I mean is, like, are you okay with people trying to convert people to Christianity?
What are you on about, mate? I think you've misread something here. I don't understand. I don't care what you do.
Okay. But you have an issue if people try and convert Muslims, though?
I don't listen. Ideal Islam is strong enough to defend itself. No problem. Okay. So all the other religions are false by default. Okay. But at the same time, because Christians and atheists are the two sets of people that are openly challenging Muslims and trying to bring Muslims out of Islam, they're the worldviews that I challenge and question. That's it.
Yeah. But you still
Dude, you're irrelevant, mate. You're irrelevant. What you do is, I don't care.
Yeah, but you would still yourself proselytize to Jews and Hindus and Sikhs and stuff, even though they don't really try and convert Muslims, right?
I don't proselytize to anybody. I don't go around standing on street corners or anything like that. I invite to Islam. Whether you're a Hindu or a Christian or a Sikh or whether is irrelevant. It's only relevant if you say to me, well, I'm a Hindu and my beliefs are such, and then I might question, and if I'm in that environment. But generally, I don't. Hindus are just doing nothing. The two people that I'm interested in are atheists and Christians, because in my country, England, they're the two challenges to Islam.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I wouldn't say challenges, but alternates, I would say, maybe.
Which you think is stronger, atheism or Christianity?
Both weak. Both as weak as each other. One is founded in ignorance. The other is found in delusion. So atheists are ignorant and Christians are delusional. So,
because I remember you said one time you read a book from Jehovah's Witnesses, and they could find criticisms of all religions except Islam. Is that right?
At that time, yes. I don't know whether they've updated that book now. I don't know. But it was one thing that that made me sit up and take notice of Islam at that point, because at that point I was an atheist.
But why didn't you think the Jehovah's Witnesses were correct, for example?
Please. Why would I think they're correct?
I don't know. Obviously you read a book from them, so they must have had some arguments for them, right?
I only judge things on their own merits. Do I believe God is going to judge people based on timesheets? No. Yeah? The Watchtower Foundation has got so many prophecies wrong and end of the world's wrong. Yeah? If you look at all the ex-Jehovah's Witnesses who say how much of a cult being a Jehovah's Witness is, the idea that if you're a Jehovah's Witness, you cannot have anybody as a friend who's not a Jehovah's Witness. And if one of your family members leaves the fellowship of being a Jehovah's Witness, you have to cut them off.
Yeah, this fellowship thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So for me, is like, meh, please. And then what have I got to believe? I got to believe that I still got to believe in the Bible, which is never ever do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyone can look at the Bible and say, "Oh, this is reliable. Oh, I can trust this source. Or this is coming from a solid foundation." I don't get it. I don't understand how you Christians operate. How you open that book and think, well, this guy who wasn't there is saying Jesus said this, so maybe Jesus did say this, but how can I be sure? Well, I'll just have faith. You know what I mean? I don't get it. My brain will never allow me to accept Islam, ever. Sorry, accept Christianity, ever. In a million years. it would have too many questions that it'll just shut down and just say, forget this nonsense.
But like, for example, I know you said Joseph Smith was a con man, but have you ever read the Book of Mormon, for example? Like,
I've looked at it, and the Book of Mormon is a kind of Joseph Smith's interpretation of the King James Bible, which in itself is not reliable. So why are you giving me an interpretation of a book that isn't reliable? It just doesn't make sense. My brain will not allow it. It'll just shut it down. It's like, shut up. Just as it shuts Hinduism down, shut up. Just as it shuts Sikhism down when I prefer my Islam without a sprinkling of Hinduism. It shuts it down. Just as it shuts Buddhism down when it bangs on about there's no such thing as God, is all philosophy. Forget that. You're pointless to me. Just as it shuts atheists down, and my brain will not allow it. It just won't allow it. Why do you believe in a God that doesn't have mercy, can't forgive without having blood? Where'd you get this idea from? Where'd you get this notion from? Where does blood?
Because like Judaism says, like the life of an animal is in its blood.
It doesn't teach the idea that you can make atonement for your sins by paying God in blood. No, it doesn't say that. It says that for the Day of Atonement for sins you may have unintentionally done.
Unintentional sins, yeah.
Yeah, unintentional sin. You can't go and kill people and make up for it by sacrificing a goat, or steal something and kill 2 turtle doves. There's no such system. So the idea that Jesus is replacing that system is irrelevant because that system doesn't exist in the first place. Yeah, God makes it clear in the book of Ezekiel what the wicked man needs to do to remove his sin, and it certainly isn't to sacrifice a sheep. It's certainly not that. It's repentance, and this is what Islam teaches. And the idea that you believe in such an unforgiving God and you think it's all right, and you say things like God is love, but you also have to believe at the same time God is hate. You can't
hate, justice, isn't it? Justice.
No, hate. Because you believe the attributes are part of God, so that's why God is love, because one of his attributes is love, which means he's eternal loving and he needs somebody to love. This is your whole mantra. But at the same time, one of his attributes is hate. Therefore, he needs somebody to hate forever. So who did he hate before creation? No, who did he hate? We know you Christians say he needed somebody to love. He needed somebody to have fellowship with because, he's loving and he's always loving and he couldn't be loving if he had nobody to love. Okay, then how did he do hate then? How did he have the eternal attribute?
Well, they don't say hate; they say justice. He's
no
just.
Hate. No, one of his attributes is hate. God hates things. No.
Yeah, I mean he hates.
Has he always hated, or is it a new thing?
I guess it's a new thing. Yeah. Well,
how can one of his attributes be a new thing if they're eternal attributes?
But where are you getting from that his eternal attribute is hate?
Is hate an attribute of God?
I don't think so. I mean, you're saying it, but I don't know where you're getting it from.
Yes. No, only what's left there now, my sister. Sorry about that. Okay. Does God hate?
Yes, he hates. Yeah.
Is it a learned attribute?
Well, like you said before creation, it was just.
Is it a learned attribute? Is it a development?
It's a learn. Yeah, it's a development. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So love could also be a development, then, yeah.
No, because that's an eternal attribute.
Why? Where does God say it's an eternal attribute?
No, but it's implied because he's 3 persons, isn't it?
No. That's a justification for the 3 persons. So if he can't be loving unless he had somebody to love, then he can't hate unless he had somebody to hate. So what if you're going to say that hate is an attribute or that came about after a certain amount of time, then love could have done the same and wasn't required to be eternal.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So you believe in a God that, I mean, like I said, I've asked you this question before. Jesus was the ransom for many, yeah?
Yeah.
Who got paid?
The Father, isn't it?
And who paid?
The Son.
The Son paid the Father?
Yeah. So
Jesus was kidnapped by who?
I don't know.
Because you have to pay a ransom to your kidnapper, isn't it? To the kidnapper.
I guess sin is sin the kidnapper.
Sin is just disobeying God.
Yeah.
So who's the kidnapper? Who had to be paid so the Father could release Jesus?
I guess it's himself, isn't it? He pays himself.
But one pocket to the next pocket.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't get paid, can he forgive?
He could forgive, but then he wouldn't be wholly just, would he?
I'm sorry?
He could forgive, but then he wouldn't be all just. He would be all merciful, but he wouldn't be all just.
Do you think it's just punishing the children for the crime of their father? Is that just?
No.
Well, according to the Bible, that's what God does. Why was it Amalekites destroyed? Amalekites. Why were they destroyed?
Amalekites, yeah.
Amalekites, yeah. Why were the Amalekites destroyed?
For
their crime or their ancestors' crime?
The ancestors' crime, isn't it?
Where's the justice in that?
By the way, I don't believe in original sin, like not as in guilt. I believe that it's an inclination towards.
I didn't even mention original sin. I said that Amalekites were destroyed for something their ancestors did generations before them. Is that just?
No, but doesn't Islam confirm? Doesn't Islam confirm it as well?
What's this justice referring to? Where's the justice? I don't see any justice. Where's the justice in killing an innocent man in Jesus? Where's that justice?
But isn't it different because he volunteered for it?
Did he volunteer? Is that what your scripture says?
Well, Jesus says, "Let your will be done," isn't it?
No, before what did he say before that?
That the cup might pass from him.
Let this cup pass from my lips, but if it be thy will, then thy will be done. So what was Jesus' will? What did he want? Thank you.
Oh, his human nature wanted it not to happen, isn't it?
Well, Clark Kent didn't want it to happen, but Superman wanted it to happen. Is that what you're saying? His divine nature. Isn't Clark Kent Superman? You're talking like they're two people. Was Jesus two people?
There are two natures. They're not two people.
Were they two people? You're talking
no,
like
two.
Was it two voices? Did Jesus have a voice in his head or something other than his own?
How much?
Just 20. It's like a service.
No, he wasn't two
Thank
people.
you very much. So why talking like he was?
Yeah, I mean, like
when Jesus says, "Father, let this cup pass from my lips," who's talking here? The Son or Jesus the human?
Jesus the human.
How do you know that? How do you differentiate?
Well, because one part of him wants to do the Father's will, isn't it? But the other part doesn't want to do it, isn't it? Because isn't it?
So he's got two natures inside him.
Yeah.
Two spirits, two wills. So Jesus had two wills.
Two wills, yeah.
Where'd you get this from?
I don't know where in the Bible, but it is a church teaching, isn't it?
Where in the church teachings does Jesus have two wills?
Two natures. It says two natures. So.
Two wills. You're claiming two wills, mate.
Yeah. By the way, I probably shouldn't debate because I spoke to Sam Shimon recently, and he said I shouldn't debate you guys yet. So.
I wouldn't use the word yet. I wouldn't use the word yet, mate. I'd seriously consider the word you're using. Go ask Sam, see what answers he's got for you.
Yeah. There was one more thing. There was one more thing I was gonna...
Ask Sam, how can you justify Jesus having two wills?
Yeah.
Justify it for me. If you don't want to use scripture, use church fathers, use whatever you want to do. Use economical councils that Jesus had two wills. All right?
Yeah, there was one thing I wanted to ask. You say that your mind wouldn't let you accept Christianity, for example.
No,
but,
never.
But out of all the belief systems, including like atheism and all the different religions, if there was a second most logical religion, would it be Christianity?
There isn't. Nothing else makes sense. Nothing.
Yeah, but some stuff must make more sense than others, isn't it?
Nothing. No, none of it makes sense.
Why doesn't Judaism make sense?
Because you're denying prophets needlessly. And it's an exclusive religion. You've got to be born into it.
Have you heard of the 7 Noahide laws? They believe if you're a Gentile, as long as you keep
they're
7...
they're the laws that you have to adopt if you lived in the land of Israel. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Yeah. Yeah, so what? What does that demonstrate?
Well, it shows God still has a plan even for the Gentiles, isn't it?
Oh, thank you. Don't worry, God had a plan for the Gentiles. It's called Muhammad and Islam. All right, mate. See you later.
Yeah, see you.
Is this the geezer's MMA fighter guy? You muted, mate. Is this the MMA fighter, Eved?
Hey, Hamza.
How you doing, mate? Are you the MMA fighter?
No.
No? All right, go on, mate.
We had a conversation, I believe, last week.
Oh, we had a conversation last week. Oh, okay, you're not the MMA fighter one. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well,
you were asking if it matters to me if Matthew was an eyewitness. I remember that's what.
Okay, yeah. Does it matter to you if the authors of the Gospels were eyewitnesses to what they wrote? Is that a problem?
Yeah, that's where we left off.
Did you go away? Okay, did you go away look into that?
I mean, I realized the conversation was a bit heated, so I was aware of that. I was trying to slow down the conversation.
So you are the MMA fighter?
No. Why?
You are the guy.
I'm no. What MMA? No, I'm not the guy.
You're not the guy who told you to shut your mouth and you said you won't say that in front of me. You're not that guy, no?
No.
All right. Go on then. How did it get heated?
I mean, we started off with the Islamic paradigm of what the Injil and Torah were, and you kind of agreed that it was kind of chill until I think I brought up the hadiths and you said my critiques were Islamophobic, and I think it just spiraled from there. So.
Okay, so in response to that original question, it matter to you if the authors of the Gospels were not eyewitnesses, would that be problematic for you? How would you respond then? Now you've had time to think about it.
Yeah, so I was trying to obviously I was trying to explain in the way that makes the most sense to me is that the apostles or the writers of the gospel or the early church made sure that all the scripture that were given authority.
That wasn't my question.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer, but obviously these.
Answer the question you've been asked. I'm not interested in.
So it mattered to the disciples.
You can just look. You can try to give your justification as to your position later on. It's not an issue. I'm asking you a very simple question right now. Is the authors of the Gospels not being themselves eyewitnesses to what they wrote problematic for you or not?
So that's if you just hear my rationale and then you can.
No, your answer is a yes or a no.
Yeah, but
it's either problematic.
Yeah.
Or it's not problematic, and then you can throw it.
But because it's a hypothetical. Yeah, so, but because it's a hypothetical, I'm trying to explain why.
No. It's an actuality, but you're just not aware of it. But anyway, is it problematic for you? Okay, let me change the question. I'll change the question.
Right.
Is the gospel writer, is the fact that the gospel writers were not eyewitnesses to what they wrote problematic for you?
See, Hamza, I really hope we can have a honest, like, question. So you're making a claim, and you're asking if
It's a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact. So, is the fact that the authors of the Gospels were anonymous, and were therefore you cannot be sure whether they were eyewitnesses to what they wrote, is that problematic for you,
so
or not?
Your claim already contradicts what Christians believe and hold to be true, right? So it's like asking.
No. I'm telling you a fact now. You're acting like it's a hypothetical. It isn't a hypothetical. One second. Bear with me a second. Hey, Fudge.
Hey there, Hamza. What's up? What can I do for you today?
All right, I'm having a chat with a delusional Christian, and I'm trying to tell them that it's a fact that the authors of the Gospels, according to the majority of Christian textual scholarship, biblical scholarship, should I say, the authors are anonymous. Therefore, you cannot be sure that what they're saying is eyewitness testimony, and it's no more than second-hand information. Can you clarify that for this delusional Christian, please?
Sure, I can help clarify that point. It's widely acknowledged by a lot of biblical scholars that the Gospels were written anonymously, and that the names of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John were later attributed to them. Because of that, it's true that we can't be entirely sure that they were written by direct eyewitnesses. This means that some of the accounts could indeed be secondhand information.
Thank you. Okay, so that's biblical scholarship, yeah? £6. Or 2 for 10. Or 2 for 10.
Not 8. To both are 8.
Why would both be 8? What's 6 and 6? What's 6 and 6? 6 and 6 is 12, yeah?
I know.
All right. And I said that when you buy 2, you get 2 for 10.
Okay.
But now you think we're playing a game that we can change the price. I'll do you 2 for 13. Yeah, 2 for 13, yeah? He agrees. Yeah, 13 okay with you? 13 is okay.
No.
What then?
No.
12?
10 pounds.
£10. Wow, I couldn't have come to a better price myself. You're good at this, aren't you? I thought it was in a Monty Python movie. There you go, set your playing card, yeah? You have to put it in, yeah? Big smile. Bye, Sarah. Hello.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
You take care now. Yes, my brother. My name's Sanam.
Does that match that
Obviously
colour?
it matches.
Yeah, that's the one then.
Why are you flexing?
Yeah.
Of course it matches. It matches perfectly. She knows it matches.
I know she does.
She's like, I found one, you see? Yeah. I go on, mate.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, scholars have said.
So is that fact problematic for you or not?
These are scholastic opinions. Let
me ask you a question. Do you believe that the author of Matthew was the disciple Matthew?
Yes.
Why?
Because in the context of early church history, in the context of the contents of the book, there's no reason to see why he wouldn't be. All we have from the New Testament was written, say, within 30-40 years of the resurrection of Jesus. And from their writings,
that's not true. Gospel of John was about 60 years after. Go on.
Well, I mean, we can disagree on that, but the thing is, like in the book of John, we see that he writes.
Sorry,
himself.
one second.
Right.
I'm sick of this. You thinking that these things are opinions. Hey, Fudge.
Hey there, I get what you're saying. It's definitely a well-established scholarly perspective that the Gospels were written anonymously. If there's
Yeah, we know
anything
that.
else you'd like to dive in-
This guy's making the claim now that the Gospel of John was written 30 years after the apparent resurrection. Isn't it true, according to most biblical scholars, it's about 60 years after?
You're right. Most biblical scholars generally place the writing of the Gospel of John around 100 AD, which would be about 6 years after the events of the resurrection. So it's definitely a bit later than 30 years.
Thank you. Was this on the £2 rail or was it there? Don't touch the hairs. Oh, it's £4. Yeah. Thank you very much. What are you doing?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, so Gospel of John was about 60, 70 years afterwards, according to most biblical scholarship. All right.
Yeah.
So tell me again why you believe the author of Matthew was Matthew the disciple.
So I'm trying to build obviously the events following the resurrection.
Why do you believe the author of Matthew was Matthew the disciple?
You gotta, I mean, if I try to establish a thought and you interrupt me, then I've lost that train of thought.
Just answer the question, and then you can give a breakdown of why you've answered that way. Don't give me a breakdown of your answer. I want your answer.
From church history, what
church history?
So from patristic writings, from what we see the disciples and the disciples or the followers of disciples wrote down about themselves, about the Christian belief, about
which disciples wrote it down?
About the disciples.
Which disciple of Matthew wrote this?
So we have, again, I don't have the specific details, but we have writers who say some of their writings suggest Matthew was the first actual gospel that was written in Hebrew, obviously by Matthew himself. We
Matthew
have
was written in Hebrew.
Some people suggest that it was the first. Some I don't remember the person. I don't remember his name, but you can ask.
I know the guy you're referring to. And why do you believe what he says? Papias. Why do you believe what he says?
So that's all. That's what we can. So
where did he get the information from? Where did Papias get the information from?
Why? But that's the thing. Why are you assuming all the facts we have to support? So the facts I have to support.
They're not facts, mate.
They're not facts. Why do you? But that's the thing. Why do you?
They're beliefs, mate.
Why do you assume? Just 1 second. Just 1 second. You believe it wasn't. You believe it wasn't.
Look.
But we have writings from early church fathers or disciples of Jesus.
Your early church father Papias. Explain to me. Where Papias got his information from.
It would have been obviously maybe oral tradition.
I'm interested in it. Would have been, should have been. Trust me, bro.
No, it's not.
Where does he say he got his information from?
I can't give you the facts now, but obviously from his what we've inherited in a line of tradition are their writings.
Doesn't make it true. Hindus inherit so much things about their religion, but it doesn't make it true. Just because you inherit what people of the past say doesn't make it true.
So, but that's the thing. But that's where it's the culmination of tradition. In the third century, well, even before the third century.
Listen, for me and you, this conversation is pointless because you're just denying facts and building on wishful thinking. And I'm going to be honest with you, I can't be bothered with this conversation. It's too low level for me, man. I can't be bothered. All right? Okay. See ya. Can't be bothered, man. Can't be bothered having the conversation with you. Denying reality. Don't touch the scarves. No need. Walaikum assalam. Yasin Marufi. Is this for Muslims? Yeah. Alhamdulillah. For anyone. Just chilling in my shop. I think Fawad might be a nice. If thinking doesn't get back to me, it ponders. I think I might invite Fawad. Like Fawad. I've got another 20 minutes. Then I'm going to do one. Yeah, I don't know where my tea is. I'll be honest with you. I finished it. I've had my cap for ages. Inshallah, I should be back in Speaker's Corner in 2 weeks' time. Gonna be interesting. Scamza! I haven't lost them. Don't know. Probably not. They'll be somewhere. The boss will know where they are. I know Speaker's Corner is chaos. I know. I feel it's missing me though. We'll see. Who is my favorite da'i? Honestly, I gotta say Muhammad Yemeni. I like him. Wa alaikum assalam. How you doing, my sister? I think Yemeni's one of my favorite da'is. Am I a car guy? Nah, not really. In what sense? What are you looking for, my sister?
Yeah, just two color, but no here.
In what? Jersey? In jersey material?
Beige ورصاصي توفى.
Like beige.
Oh no.
You don't understand what language you speak?
No, because I'm only a friend. I don't know what colors you say.
Come on, what language are you speaking?
Kurdish.
Kurdish. You speak Kurdish?
Yes.
You. So why can't you translate?
No, the colors I don't understand.
What color?
Jana.
One second.
Uh-huh.
One second. I'll do it this way. This is easy. This is 21st century stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
1 minute. 1 second, sister.
Wait.
Just speak when I say speak.
Just saying Kurdish and he will translate it.
Hey, Fudge.
Hey there, Hamza. What's on your mind now?
Okay, I've got a Kurdish lady with me. She's trying to ask me for something in Kurdish, and I don't understand. And her daughter's looking clueless, as if she doesn't understand Kurdish either. So the lady's going to speak now. Can you translate what she says into English? 1 second.
Hello?
Sure,
Hello?
Hello, let me...
Speak.
Hi, I'm here and...
كردة؟ بيجي یەکەیە لەگەڵ ڕساسیەکی زۆر جوانە یعنی نەتۆخە لە کاڵە.
She's saying that your daughter with that really beautiful headscarf on.
She say.
Fudge, you fudge that. 1 second. One second. Come. She didn't say that at all.
God.
Fudge, do you understand Kurdish? You're a numpty, Fudge.
I think because I'm in the shop.
What's that? Oh, he's sorry. What was that? Hey, Fudge. You got 3, yeah?
Yeah, just
okay. Fudge. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care. Assalamu alaikum.
I'm here to help as best as I can. If there's anything else you need, just let me know.
Yeah. What happened then? She didn't say that. Why did you just make it up? And answer? Why did you make up a question?
I'm really sorry about that misunderstanding. I always want to be as accurate and helpful as possible. Let me know how I can assist you now, and I'll make sure to do better.
What did she say then, that lady in Kurdish?
I didn't catch the exact meaning of what she said earlier, so if you'd like, you can have her repeat it, and I'll do my best to help. Just let me know.
What did you think you heard her say?
I think I misunderstood earlier and assumed she might have been giving a compliment. I'm sorry for the confusion. If there's something specific you want to understand, or if you want to try again, I'm here to help.
No, that was proper numpty-ish. That was really bad. She ran out. The woman ran out.
I'm really sorry about that.
Huh?
I definitely didn't mean to cause any
Yeah.
Do you have any more?
Yeah, so those ones there. There's some here, and then there's some over there.
Any black ones?
In black. Is there more black over there?
No, it's the last one.
I might have another black. You want another black one?
Yeah.
Another black one.
Sure thing. If you need another black one or anything else, just let me know.
Shut up, Fudge. It's the same. It's the same. Okay?
No worries, Hamza. All right, sounds good. If you have any...
You shut up. Yeah.
One, two, different color.
Honestly, the
One
lady was
black,
asking me in Kurdish, yeah? She's asking for a particular colour.
No, Lila, I'll just.
And I got to translate, and she said, "Oh, she's saying that scarf looks very beautiful."
One black.
And you're like, "She didn't say that. She just made stuff up." Right,
So
Bam,
just
we
one
do.
black.
Oh, you don't want two?
No.
Why don't you want two?
Different color. Give me different color. Do you have different color?
You've just come from a wall where there's like 10 colours.
Just one.
You just want one?
Yeah.
Okay. You're worse than
Oh,
the
you want
AI.
two?
You're like AI now.
You want two?
No, leave it.
If you want
Well,
it.
you're not paying, are you?
Mom
They're
paying.
£6 2 for 10. So you get two, the second one is only £4. So next time
I
you need a
got
scarf,
up to Mum.
you're gonna have to pay full price again. Or you
Okay,
get two
yeah.
now for 10.
Okay, two,
You want two for 10?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to start calling you Fudge now. Right. Do you want to pay a card?
Yes.
There you go. Put it on your bag. Thank you. Yes.
How much is that one?
Which one? The caps?
Yeah.
Caps are £4 or 3 for £10. These ones are the bamboo ones. Really good for the hair. Sorted?
Yeah.
Salam alaikum. These ones are £8, 2 for 15.
Can I see it for my consultation?
Can you see for what?
My consultation. I'm a color consultant for brown people.
But it's white.
Yeah, I need white because to hide the hair.
Okay.
Color otherwise can.
So what did you say you were going to do?
Color analysis. People come and analyze what color looks best.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
need a neutral.
Noah, can you come here? Ariana?
How much is it?
£4.
Ari?
I still don't understand what you
Can
just
you
asked
watch
me.
him?
You wanted to see the white one.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's for my color consultations. I'm a color consultant.
Color consultant. Okay.
Yeah.
But okay.
So a lot of hijabis come to me to find out what their best colors.
Okay.
So I analyze them. It's like,
So why white?
So I have to just to neutralize the hair to find out the undertone. And then you
Okay.
remove it.
Okay.
That's why. How much is it?
They're £4 or 3 for £10.
Hold on, just one. Let me 1 second. Let me check my bank account. I'm kind of broke at the moment.
No problem.
4 you said?
Yeah, £4. Yeah. They're really nice ones though. Good quality.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, but my money is not nice at the moment.
It's £4.
I'm broke.
Don't you get paid for being a color consultant?
I just started my business.
Oh, you just started.
Like it's been some time, but now everything's run off. Because I left
Okay.
my job, the whole job.
Wow. You know what would really impress people? If you wore hijab that matched your skin tone.
No, I'm okay. I'm not sure.
No, when people see you, you know what you're
No,
doing.
because the majority of my clients actually hijabis. They don't need me to wear the hijab.
Really?
Yes. Because people don't judge, they judge on character.
So
That's the
hijabis.
problem, with some of the Muslim. They kind of put other Muslim off because,
Well, no, but
You should-
hijabis who want to know about wearing hijabs will come to somebody not wearing a hijab to
Yes,
get advice.
because-
Really?
Yeah, because it's about the colors.
Okay.
I am not getting it from you because I find you very judgmental.
I don't think you got £4.
I do, but you're
I don't
very
think
rude
so.
actually.
I don't think so.
I
I think
you're
I've just
very rude.
explained why you not got the £4.
No, you didn't. But
I did.
You seem to have reverted for the wrong reason.
What
Because
reason?
you're
What
very
reason did I
You're
revert?
very reject.
What reason did I revert?
You're very judgmental.
No, what
You don't
reason did I
see-
revert?
I don't want to interrupt you.
Okay.
Noah.
Did I make sense or not?
I find it funny.
She's like, no, but she's a hijabi kind of helping the hijabi sisters to know what color suits them.
Yeah.
And then she's struggling to find £4 in a bank account because her business has just started and she's not doing very well. And I just suggested that maybe if you wore hijab, sisters would have confidence in you know what you're talking about because they can see how your scarf will match your skin tone. And think, oh wow, she knows what she's doing.
I didn't find what you said offensive at all. So
I didn't say I reverted for the wrong reasons.
just ignore people.
I personally think she had £4. There you go.
Done?
Well, no. And did I judge her?
No, I didn't.
Just offered some advice. I don't think you're clutching around, man. Oh, I think it's because you've hammered your card, I think. You know the pin.
I hope I know the pin. Well, I've written it down.
Yes, my sister.
Hi. You have
Hi.
a model.
Yeah, we have the model in the ombre here.
Yeah.
The prints there. And then there's some plain ones just down there on the right-hand side. Keep going. But stop. To your right. Behind you. Yay! All right. Bismillah. Hey, Allah Akbar. Jazakallah khair, my sister. Assalamu alaikum. I've been a Muslim 23 years. 24 years in October. Wow. 24 years in October. Yeah, she got very offended. I don't know why. Yes, my brother. Assalamu alaikum, Walid.
Alaikum salam, Hamza. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Lovely to get to speak to you. Obviously, I've been watching you for a long time. Jazakallah khair for all the good work you do.
Oh, barakallah fikum.
Thank you so much. You've taught me so much about my deen and obviously just like talking and engaging with Muslims. Hamza, I was going to ask you, I messaged Yemeni. I tried to message you, but you didn't respond, but I'm pretty sure you get a lot of emails. So I messaged Yemeni in regards to 1 John 5:7, and I said like kind of like a defense for what you were talking about with Avery.
Okay.
Did he send it
in the corruption one, yeah?
Sorry?
From the corruption conversation I had with him.
Yes. Did Yemeni send it over to you?
No.
Okay. Is there any way I could get your email and just send you?
Iram will put it in the chat now. I promise you I'll read it.
Okay. Inshallah. Is Iram gonna... Hey Iram, salam alaikum. So it's...
There it is.
Hamza, it's not appearing on my screen.
It's there.
So I can't... Okay, there, I can see it. So it's ask... so... Hamza's down. Okay, Jazakallah khair, Hamza. Inshallah, I'm gonna email you.
I promise you I'll read it, inshallah.
Okay, Jazakallah khair. Thank you.
Barakallah fikum. Assalamu alaikum, akhi.
Alaikum salam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Do you have a black fabric scarf, but very light, like lightest fabric?
In black?
In black.
Not really.
No?
No. In black. The lightest I have at the moment is...
I've seen over there the different colors, but not the black one.
Which one?
The light blue, green, those shades are available.
Yeah, black is finished at the moment. Maybe like Friday I'll have it. Try Friday. See the one on the wall there? I'll have that one. See the grey? No, the grey one.
Oh, the grey one.
It's not thick.
Okay.
Go feel
Thank
it. You're welcome. Kurt.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Russian.
Hello. Yeah, that's just my. No. I'm Syrian.
Oh, you're Syrian. Okay.
Yeah. I'm kind of nervous, first of all, so I'm very sorry. I'm not really good at public speaking, and there's an audience.
It's not that many people here. Don't worry. Just imagine, right? I'll tell you how to make it easy for you. Yeah. Imagine, right? You walk, like you have a theater, yeah, like a cinema.
Yeah.
And let's
Mhm.
say there's 105 seats, yeah.
Yeah.
And every one of those seats is full, right? And they're
Okay.
waiting for you to come on stage and tell them something.
Just by walking like under.
So the room is silent now. You could hear a pin drop, and everyone's waiting
Yeah.
for you. So
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm feeling right now.
over to you.
So
You could just hear
I
this.
live in,
Right, go on.
yeah, I live in Singapore, so I'm very sorry if my internet is bad or I'm glitching out because of the difference in ping. But I come from a Jewish family, and not non-religious Syrian Jewish family, and because I've lived in Syria for a bit of time, I've been like interested in Islamic, like the religion itself. So this past like couple of months, my algorithm on Instagram and TikTok and other various apps has all been about like Islam. So I'm like getting to know a lot of stuff about like hadiths and stuff.
Okay.
I really like want to ask you a couple of questions regarding like Sahih Bukhari hadiths to know if you like can answer them.
Go on.
So I just have a couple on my notepad. So the second one is, or just the first one is more of a general question, and I'll begin with that. So is Quranic law timeless and adaptable to every modern scenario?
Is Quranic law, Sharia law, you mean?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yes.
But what about like modern issues such as mobile phones, or like how do you issue a ruling on that when it's never been described in
So there's something called qiyas. So qiyas is analogy. So for example, can Muslims drive cars? For example, well, a car is a mode of transport. So could Muslims in the time of the Prophet use modes of transport? The answer is yes. So analogy would be, well, if you could ride a horse or ride a camel, you can drive a car, for example.
What about yeah? Oh yeah. What about like Quranic?
What's that?
Quranic verses that talk about like killing or
which Quranic verses talk about killing?
Sorry, Sahih Hadith Bukhari that talks about like whoever changes his religion, kill him.
Okay, first of all, that's not Quran. You just said Quran. No, it's not Quran. So are we talking Quran?
I do apologize. I retract my statement on that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So there's a hadith that says what?
Whoever changes his religion, kill him, and it's very direct.
Okay, and what? How do you understand that?
That if you're living in a Sharia law, like a country that uses the Sharia law, a Muslim-dominated country, that law applies. So now whoever changes his religion.
And where'd you get that understanding from?
Just reading the hadith with the context, I guess, this year.
What's the context? What's the context?
During battle?
No, not mention battle. What's the context of changing their religion? What's the significance of changing religion? What did changing their religion identify?
That they were no longer believing in God, or just in Islam in general.
Yeah, no, it's because that's how you would identify who the spies were, who the munafiq were, who were the ones pretending to be Muslims during the time when the Muslims were in Medina. And when the war came with the Quraysh, those who changed back, they were the ones who weren't really Muslims in the first place. They were the spies, and that's how you would identify them.
Okay, so does that rule apply to modern times?
What? Killing traitors? I would say so. Yeah, I believe so. I believe traitors are killed in America, and yeah.
So you don't believe in rehabilitation?
But traitors, I don't know. Sharia law, isn't it? The law of the land is the law of the land. So if the law is such and such a thing, and you commit that crime, then take your medicine.
Oh, okay. Another hadith I want to give is...
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I'm going to be bothered with this. I'll be honest. I'll try.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you what, I'm not going to do the Christian Prince playbook or the Sam Shimon playbook or the David Wood playbook.
I'm not a Christian. I'm not.
You don't have to.
any
You
of that, I
don't
promise.
have to be. It's the same typical Islamophobic arguments. Yeah, I guarantee on your list is the age of Aisha. Yeah.
No.
No, it's not.
No, because I've lived in a Muslim country, so I logically understand the scenario and all that.
Okay. What's your next? I mean that question was. What's your next question?
That in Sahih Bukhari 268 it says that the Prophet was given the strength of 30 men in sexual intercourse.
Yeah, probably. Why not?
Isn't it like immoral as in Islam to be spoken about the Prophet's private
we don't have shyness in that way. We're not explicit, but if he's an example to mankind, and someone can say, "How can this man have 11 wives and take care of them and such?" Then
yeah, that's the hadith. Yeah.
Yeah, then so what?
But should like I've never seen Muslims, I guess, like right now in these days that especially talk about their wives, like what they do with their wives.
He didn't talk about his wives.
Well, it did mention his wives, 9 to 11 wives, and they were.
Yeah, no, you could ask how could he take care and satisfy them, and he had the strength of 30 men. Yeah, and what? Yeah, well, what's your point? Well, have you got an argument here? What? You say he's not a prophet because he had that ability, or what? What is it?
It's just hadiths that made me uncomfortable, I guess.
Who cares? Who cares about whether you feel comfortable about something? Honestly.
So even if it doesn't make logic, I should still be a Muslim then.
Sorry, say that again, mate.
So even if it wasn't logical or it didn't like make sense, I should still.
Well, that does make sense, doesn't it? But that does make sense, doesn't it? That's not illogical, is it?
But in Islamic culture, it's a very private culture and personal life with your
How
wife.
is that? How is it illogical to say the man who had 11 to 13 wives had the strength of 30 men? How is that illogical?
Okay, but how like?
How is that illogical? No. You said about illogical. How is that illogical? That would be rational. What would be illogical?
Scientifically, it also doesn't work.
What do you mean scientifically?
Strength of 30 men in sexual intercourse.
Yes, maybe. I don't know. I've not read the hadith. I don't know the details. I don't know whether 30 is an actual number. What's your issue? What's your argument, man?
I've got no issues with any of Islam. It's just that these particular hadiths have made me like very like weird, I guess, or uncomfortable.
Weird about what?
How they're worded or how like very open it is. Because all my life when I was in Syria, like people are very private, hijabs and not showing their wives and stuff. But then I read it and I see that it's very like direct.
Well, no, it's a fair question. How could a man service so many wives? Because he had.
And why was that recorded in a book to be shown for people?
Okay, read the hadith. Read the hadith.
Right, 1 second. So Anas bin Malik said the Prophet used to visit all his wives in a round during the day and night, and they were 11 in number. I asked Anas, had the Prophet had the strength for it? Anas replied, we used to say that the Prophet was given the strength of 30 men.
Okay, stop. So, yeah. Right. So who's saying the Prophet had the strength of 30 men?
Anas.
Right. And what's this information? Is this not just like this sounds like lads talking. God, this guy must have the strength of 30 men to do what he's doing.
But isn't that wrong? Like we shouldn't talk behind a man's back on his private, like whatever he did in his private life. I mean,
listen, just shut up, you snowflake. Seriously, is this it? This is so wet.
Why?
Honestly.
Right then, I'm sorry if that I didn't get any thought-provoking.
What a miserable existence. Take care.
All right, you too. See you.
You can clearly see, mashallah, from reading, just hearing that hadith. It's not the Prophet ﷺ saying, I have the strength of 30 men. It's just saying, guys talking. Yeah, how, what do you think? Oh, you must have the strength of 30 men to. It's not. proper snowflakey Gen Z stuff. That exactly. It's just a figure of speech. It's just the kind of. It's not a definitive number. Yes, it was 30. But you would think as a man, you know, wow, how does he each night go to each one and keep one happy? He must have the strength of, I don't know, 10 of us. If you're married, then you know. Yeah, you know, and if you know, you know. Yeah, it's just as simple as that. If you know, you know. Because it's a very simple process. It doesn't matter who's next to you. Once it's done, it's done. It doesn't matter who's there. In the slightest, it's over. And then we're talking 24-hour turnaround. It's as simple as that. Oh, does it need explaining? "36 months. Be careful. Be careful. You know who might show up." All right. Exactly. SubhanAllah. The Prophet said, I remember the story of he wrestled some guy, doesn't he? And he said, a sheep for a sheep, sheep for a sheep. And then eventually he said, keep your sheep. This is TMI. TMI. What's TMI? Yeah, so any ladies, don't feel bad. Because it doesn't matter who you are. Oh, too much info. But it's true. No, because some, you know, anyway, we'll end it at that point. So we'll do a Tuesday chill tomorrow with a bit of TikTok thrown in, inshallah. Oh, so I just want to thank my mods for being here, Bilal, Hajira, and of course Iram. And inshallah we'll do I'm not in the shop tomorrow, so we'll just do a Tuesday night chill to replace Sunday chill that we missed. Inshallah, we'll probably do it from maybe 8 o'clock-ish, something like that. Yeah, and like I say, I get it pretty JMB. And we'll do some TikToking as well. All right, I'm out of here. Don't have nightmares. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sorry, Laith, forgot all about you as well. Laith is here, mashallah. Here comes the lion.